Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, WWE Crown Jewel 2025 review. Overall, tough notch show. Top to bottom, good matches. It was a little, what's what I'm looking for. Not a lot of content beyond the 5 matches. You had a lot of dead space there, a lot of wasted time. Obviously ESPN Plus, it's available on Disney Plus, through Disney Plus as well, and I watched on Disney Plus app. I have the whole bundle. Weird watching WWE on Disney Plus, but it was different, you know. So now when I rate matches, you may be new to the channel. I used to do a lot more wrestling than I do now. I'm trying to get back into reviewing. I still watch a shit ton. I'm trying to review more and do some more wrestling videos. When I review these matches, I look at WWE cards by themselves. WWE NXT, I kind of rate them 0 to 5. I look at a TNA, a little different eyes. I look at a GCW, a little different as well. When I'm watching a New Japan or a Progress or one of those companies, the same thing. I don't try to compare a 4.5 star WWE match to a 4.5 star TNA match or a New Japan match or, you know, whatever, insert company here, you know, a Rev Pro or whatever the company is, AAA or whatever it is. I look at each their own. So when I say that because the Australian street fight between Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns, I look at that as a WWE style street fight. Not a street fight from insert company here, you know. You hear street fight in GCW, you're thinking blood, you're thinking this, that, and the other. Not WWE, and I understand that. That's how I rate these matches based on what WWE matches are like. So, with that being said, the Australian street fight, Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns, they fought through, the match gets started, they fight through the crowd. Roman picked up a rugby ball and chucked it at Bronson Reed. Bronson's from Australia, so that, obviously there's tying in with this match there and everything going on with the storylines. You get Roman has a cricket bat. Bronson takes a stop sign in the ring, has a chair going after Bronson, and I love the crowd. I love these international crowds because Bronson's using the stop sign. And you get people, instead of saying whatever, they're like, read the sign, read the sign. And the sign says, stop. I'm like, oh God, that is epic. Of course, we figured Braun would come out, Braun Breaker. He comes through the crowd. Roman's going to run around the ring and spear Bronson. Oh my God. Frickin' Roman full speed, frickin' spear from Braun Breaker. Braun and Bronson, kind of the old shield move, put Roman through the announce table. Of course, Roman goes over to the announce table, clears it off. You have Bronson come over, get in Michael Cole's face, and you had a 20-hit breaker attacking Roman. Usos come out to help Roman, even though Roman told the Usos, no matter what, do not come out here. Yeah, that shit was backfiring like crazy, and it did. They all end up fighting. You end up having Jay spear Roman through the table that was set up in the ring. Before that, you had Braun spear Jimmy through the barricade on the outside. The in-the-ring table spot. The avalanche by Bronson. 1, 2, 3. Bronson Reed winning the Australian street fight. I give it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good match. You had Roman obviously really upset with the Usos, telling them to basically leave him alone. I don't want to see you until Christmas. So there's the dissension there with the Usos and Roman. Where does Roman go next? That's the big key here. Looks like he's done with the Vision, which we found on Raw that so Seth Rollins. I think, is this something where the enemy of my enemy is my friend? So I'm enemies with the Vision. Now Seth is enemy with the Vision, so Seth and Roman get back together. Kind of that mutual, we're going to work together to take out this maggot who is Heyman's little Vision faction, but who's the actual leader of that faction? I wonder if it's Roman. I wonder if they somehow flip Roman. And Roman is back with the Wise Man. And he was, if you remember the match, I thought I heard Heyman say my tribal chief. Or was he saying my tribal thief? So, yeah, so we could have something there as well. Put Roman with those? That'd be kind of interesting. Roman, Braun, and Bronson Reed? I don't know. We've seen stranger things in professional wrestling. But 3.5-star match there with Bronson Reed getting the victory. Next up, we have the Women's Crown Jewel title. This title is only defended Crown Jewel. I love the open video showing it from when it was in Riyadh, having it transported to Perth. I thought that was kind of cool. If they're going to keep this Crown Jewel and these Crown Jewel title things, I like it when they're international like this. And then maybe next year do it in Japan or somewhere different, and do the video of it traveling from Perth to wherever it's going, or even do it traveled from Riyadh to Perth. This is in highlights of the match, and then next to the next city. So I think that's kind of cool if they do it that way. We had WWE World Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer taking on WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. This match was super good. Both ladies back and forth, just kind of doing what they do in the ring. Both of them, I think, have a lot of ring savvy. They called Stephanie Vaquer the submission specialist at one point, and she's second to none when it comes to women's wrestling and submission holds. She would fit in perfect in the pure division there in Ring of Honor. Once Stephanie hit that Devil's Kiss, you knew it was pretty much over then. 3.5-star match there for the ladies. Stephanie Vaquer getting the victory. I love the rise of her. I don't think she needed to go to NXT, but she did. Won both titles, forfeited one, won the North American Women's title. I think this women's division with these two, Stephanie Vaquer, Tiffany Stratton, plus everyone else on this roster that wasn't even used here, you could legit do a full women's pay-per-view, a premium live event with just main roster, Raw, SmackDown women. And you could almost do a 2-day special. You could do Evolution over 2 days. One day be like WWID, NXT, maybe sprinkle in some TNA, and then the next day do the main roster. So I'd love to get there with the women's division. 3.5-star on that match again. Sorry about that. Repeat myself. Next up, we had End of an Era, I guess we're calling it. I love the shout out for AJ to TNA, but here's the thing, guys. AJ Styles has had more WWE matches than he did TNA matches. I know he was a heart and soul of the X Division. He was kind of one of the founding fathers of TNA, and this epic relationship with WWE and TNA. We kind of doing that little throwback, him coming out at Slammiversary. I want to see if this partnership stays through next year and AJ really retires in 2026. I want to see AJ's last match in a 6-sided ring for TNA and Ultimate X. Because that was kind of the match he created. Just one last time. And I want to see a Fosbury. I want to see the Styles Clash. I want to see the rope run drop kick. One of the best drop kicks in professional wrestling. I want it to be that just AJ those moveset that we haven't seen in decades. It's like, we pulled out, kind of the fine wine moveset. We'll just do this. We're going to do this. We're going to just hit the greatest hits and just go out that way. Maybe get some of the old X Division guys, Amazing Red Star wrestles. Who would not want to see AJ Styles in a TNA ring versus Amazing Red? Ooh, get goosebumps thinking about that match. But anyway, John Cena, AJ, vintage, both of them. And I say vintage, they were hitting moves they haven't hit in a while. You had them hitting other people's moves. You had John Cena hit the 5-knuckle into an AA, AJ kicking out, okay? Then when Cena hit the skull-crushing finale, and there's shout out to Miz in WrestleMania, which I wish maybe we'll get a Miz match before this is all said and done. Cena hits the walls of Jericho, and they talked about it, which we all know the rumor, Jericho at Royal Rumble. John Cena hitting Sister Abigail. Oh, the whole Bray Wyatt moment. You had everybody with their flashlights, and just that whole Bray Wyatt, the fireflies. It's like, ooh, that was kind of, whoa. You remember, it's like you see moves that's like, it moves like that, and you instantly go back to watching that feud. AJ hitting the 5-knuckle shuffle, and then just as soon as he hits it, Cena, the choke, fucking Undertaker choke slam. AJ hit the sweet chin music. AJ Shawn, that was a dream match back in the day we always wanted. Me and J-Man would do freaking wrestling cards on Friday nights watching freaking old wrestling, and we would kind of draft our own rosters and make kind of do shows, you know, like we would compare matches, and AJ Shawn was one of the big ones we would do sometimes. John hitting the tombstone, Undertaker tombstone, and then I wish he would have done the Undertaker as soon as he hit the tombstone, when he pinned him, but he hit the AA, got the pin 1, 2, 3. John Cena, AJ Styles taking us down memory lane, just shooting off some of the greatest hit moves in WWE history. I give it 4.5. Fun, enjoying, just locked into it the whole time. I would have went higher. I know there's probably people saying 5-star on it. I didn't go 5 because, one, they were hitting everybody's moves. It was kind of that classic kind of like, oh yeah, you remember when AJ and John main event, or the Miz and John main event in WrestleMania? Oh, you remember when Taker and Cena had this match, or AJ and Taker had this match, or oh god, we wanted Taker and Shawn so bad. It was more of the vintage, more of the the best of kind of. Think of your favorite band just doing cover songs. That's what it reminded me of. And that's why I went 4.5 on it. But it was great. It was awesome. I love the fact the way they played it all out. Next up, we had this women's tag match. The Kabuki Warriors, after them kicking BlueSky out because she was friends with Rhea. Rhea's hometown, so we knew she'd definitely be in the match. I wish she'd been in a title match. Rhea versus Stephanie Vaquer. Okay, sign me up. Rhea versus Tiffany Stratton. Sign me up. Any of these 4 women, Io, Asuka, Kairi, Rhea, Tiffany, Stephanie Vaquer, we're starting clean, Becky Lynch, Charlotte. This women's division in WWE right now is so fucking stacked. But yeah, this match was just that kind of standard tag match. It reminded me of a lot of a Raw or SmackDown tag match, to be honest with you. One of the cool spots was Kairi had Io in the kind of, whatever the move's called, when they hang the feet from the corner, trio. And Kairi Io comes up, and then Kairi comes down with a double stomp, kind of like Finn Balor would do. Other than that, it's kind of your typical tag match to me. 4 of the most talented women in wrestling, though. I ended up giving it 3-star. That takes us to our main event, the men's crown jewel title. WWE Champion Seth Rollins versus, or WWE Champion Cody Rhodes versus WWE World Champion Seth Rollins. All the talk of how many times Seth has lost to Cody, you kind of had an inkling of what was going to happen here. But having Heyman tell the Bronze backstage, no matter what, we are not going out there, you kind of knew there was some tension there between the guys. You had Rhodes clearing off the announce table, Rollins and them fighting over on the floor there by the barrier. They fought off of the table area there, and then when Rollins went over to the timekeeper's table, picked up the watch, the watch that we all know that Cody gave Seth, and uses it behind the referee's back, and all that kind of shenanigans going on. It was kind of like, okay, here we go. Kind of, let's just do a match instead of all this other stuff going on. Honestly, I think that took away from the match for me, but I still enjoyed it. With Seth Rollins getting the victory on Cody. We did find out later on that he's hurt. I haven't watched Raw yet, so I saw some stuff on X. So I don't know how extent the injury, but is it fake like it was last time? No one really knows. Obviously, being world champion, we're going to find out because technically there's a 30-day rule, which they don't obviously enforce or do anything with, but it is what it is, I guess. But Seth getting the victory there, his first victory over Cody Rhodes. So 3.5-star with that one as well. So 3.5-star matches and a 4.5-star match. So overall, good quality pay-per-view, worth the time to watch it. getting ready to start Bound for Glory, and I was actually watching the TNA Hall of Fame before I came to this video. So I'm going to try to get that watched today or tomorrow and get that video up sometime later this week. I just want to do more wrestling videos. Obviously, first of the year, I have a bunch of Showcase of the Independents to do. Whatnot, Best of Wrestle Kingdom preview will kick off the 2026 calendar on Robert Sports Show, like I have for almost 10 years now. But as always, that is the WWE Crown Jewel review. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader for sports channel content.